Hi, Nathan.
Hi, I'm Justin.
For our project, the question we decided to answer is, does the characteristics of the interviewer create response bias?
The question we're using to answer our original question is there a gender pay gap? For this experiment, we select 6 homerooms by numbering them 1 to 80 and using a calculator to come up with 2 unique homerooms for our control group with no interviewer, 2 unique homerooms for our first treatment group with a male interviewer, and 2 unique homerooms for our second treatment group with a female interviewer. Our hypothesis is that the treatment group with the female interviewer will have more people responding with yes than the male interviewer or no interviewer.
The hormones we collected our data from was hormone 315 and 125, being the control room with no interviewer. The treatment with a male interviewer was hormone 314 and 237. For the treatment with a female interviewer was hormone 323 and 103. For the survey, we asked them for their genders and answer yes, not really, or no for each of the treatments.
When there was no interviewer, half of the male interviewees responded with yes, while the rest were split between no and not really. When there was a male interviewer, the responses from the male interviewees were pretty much even, with about 1/3 of them for each choice. When there was a female interviewer, about 2/3 of the group said yes, with the rest being split between no and not really. For the female interviewees, when there was no interviewer, about half of the responses were yes, and about 40% of the responses were not really, with the rest responding with no. When there was a male interviewer, the females in the group had a higher response in yes than the control group with no interviewer. The responses of no and not really seemed similar to the control. When there was a female interviewer, about 2/3 of the group responded with yes, while 1/4 said no.
When there was a female interviewer for males, 61.5% of them put yes, but when there was a male interviewer, only 36.8% of the males put yes. This shows that the gender of the interviewer somewhat affected the answer of men. For female interviewees, their responses with yes was not really affected by the presence of the interviewer, with their responses of no was affected by the gender standing at 25% for a female interviewer and a 6.7% for a male interviewer.
Based on the results of our experiment, we conclude that the characteristics of the interviewer in terms of gender creates a response bias, showing more people say yes when the interviewer is female. Also, it seems that females' responses of yes are not affected by the presence or gender of the interviewer, but the response of no are affected, with more saying no when there was a female interviewer compared to no interviewer or a male interviewer. Some errors we made could be not accounting for grade level, since it could confound with our results.